Some trends try too hard to feel young. Others try too hard to feel timeless. But 2026 is doing something different. It's quieter, more intentional, more respectful of where a woman actually is in her life. My name is Natalie, and today we're talking about 2026 fashion trends for women over 40. Not trends that chase youth, and not trends that disappear into dullness, but trends that feel composed, confident, elegant in a way that doesn't need explanation. Because style after 40 isn't about proving anything, it's about clarity. And in 2026, fashion finally reflects that. One of the biggest shifts you'll notice is this. Clothes are no longer trying to shape the body aggressively. Instead, they're allowing it to exist naturally. In 2026, relaxed structure becomes essential. Not oversized, not sloppy, but gently shaped. Think tailored blazers that don't pull, trousers that skim, not cling, dresses that move with the body instead of restricting it. This trend respects posture, not perfection. It understands that confidence comes from comfort, and comfort doesn't mean casual. For women over 40, this shift feels natural. You're no longer interested in squeezing yourself into silhouettes that demand constant adjustment. You want clothes that hold their shape, so you don't have to think about yours. That ease, that quiet cooperation between fabric and body is very much the direction of 2026. Another important change is how femininity is expressed. In 2026, femininity becomes calmer, less decorative, less performative. We're seeing a move towards soft lines instead of sharp details. No excessive ruffles, no forced waist emphasis, no overly youthful cuts. Instead, fluid skirts, gentle draping, subtle shaping at the shoulder or neckline. This kind of femininity feels grown, assured, unrushed. It doesn't ask for approval, it simply exists. For women over 40, this is refreshing because it allows elegance without effort and presence without performance. Next, let's talk about length. In 2026, longer hemlines dominate, but not in a heavy way. Midi skirts, longline coats, extended trousers. Length adds authority. It creates movement, it elongates the body visually, and it brings a sense of calm to an outfit. This isn't about hiding, it's about balance. When clothing moves slowly, the entire look feels more composed. For women over 40, longer lines often feel more natural. They allow you to walk, sit, and exist without constant awareness of the garment. And that ease, again, is where elegance lives. Another defining trend in 2026 is fabric quality over detail. Instead of busy prints or excessive embellishment, the focus is on texture. Soft wool, matte silk, dense cotton, fluid knits. These fabrics speak quietly but clearly. They don't rely on pattern to feel interesting. They rely on weight, drape, and finish. This trend favors women who appreciate subtlety. If you've ever felt that too much detail distracts rather than enhances, 2026 will feel aligned with your instincts. Quality becomes visible, not loud. And for women over 40, this shift feels right, because experience teaches you that the smallest details matter most. Now let's talk about tailoring, but not the kind you're thinking of. In 2026, tailoring becomes forgiving. Blazers soften, waistlines relax, shoulders remain defined, but not rigid. This kind of tailoring doesn't trap the body, it frames it. It gives shape without pressure. For women over 40, this matters, because style should support movement, not restrict it. You want to sit comfortably, breathe freely, move naturally. And in 2026, tailoring finally understands that elegance and ease can coexist. Another noticeable shift is the return of layering, done thoughtfully. Not excessive layers, not styling for effect, but intentional layers that serve a purpose. A fine knit under a coat, a soft blouse beneath a blazer, a scarf that adds warmth, not decoration. Layering in 2026 feels practical, grounded, purposeful. For women over 40, layering adds flexibility. It allows you to adjust without restyling, to move through different spaces without discomfort, and it adds quiet depth to an outfit. Nothing looks forced. Everything looks considered. Now let's talk about color, but briefly. In 2026, color trends for women over 40 move away from extremes. No overly bright tones, no heavy darkness. Instead, colors feel settled. Warm neutrals, soft blues, muted greens, gentle browns. These colors don't compete with the wearer. They support her presence. They don't draw attention away from the face, they frame it. This is important, because style at this stage isn't about being noticed first, it's about being remembered. Another trend that quietly defines 2026 is simplicity in accessories. No oversized statements, no trend-heavy pieces. Instead, fewer accessories, chosen carefully. A well-structured bag, simple jewelry, comfortable, elegant shoes. Accessories in 2026 are not the focal point. They complete the look without interrupting it. For women over 40, this feels intuitive. You don't want to manage too many details. You want things that work every time. And when accessories are quiet, the overall presence becomes stronger. Another shift worth noticing is how fashion treats maturity. In 2026, age is no longer disguised. There's no attempt to make women over 40 look younger. Instead, there's respect for confidence, experience, and self-knowledge. Clothing reflects that. Designs feel grounded. Silhouettes feel intentional. Nothing feels rushed or trend-chasing. This doesn't make style boring, it makes it honest. And honesty, in clothing as in life, always reads as elegance. One of the most important trends in 2026 is learning when not to change. There's less pressure to reinvent yourself every season. Instead, fashion encourages refinement, keeping what works, adjusting gently, letting style evolve rather than restart. For women over 40, this is powerful because you already know what suits you, what feels right, what doesn't need explanation. 2026 fashion supports that knowing. It doesn't question it. And that's perhaps the most elegant trend of all. If you notice, none of these trends demand attention. They don't ask you to buy into an image. They don't push a narrative of youth or relevance. They support presence. They allow you to walk into a room without feeling the need to announce yourself. And that's what style becomes after 40. Not a performance, not a competition, but a quiet expression of self-respect. If these trends feel familiar, if they feel like something you've already been moving toward, that's not coincidence. It means your instincts are aligned with refinement. Fashion catches up eventually. This is Natalie, and this space exists for women who understand that elegance deepens with time. It doesn't disappear. Take your time. And I'll see you next time.